Hey folks, how are you? This is Jose with Sin City SS Garage, and this is video number 4 on how to rework our engine harness and get it ready for our LS swap. On video number 3, I may have created a little bit of confusion for everybody as far as how to control your AC. And I want to clarify that a little bit to the best of my knowledge and see if we can get that clarified. There is one PCM that I know of, and from my knowledge, that can control your AC, and that is PCM, what everybody knows it as PCM 411. That PCM, it's you can find it in some of the Generation 4 F bodies, probably like the 99 or 2000 to 2002, or the Corvette. The 99 to 2002, 2003, give or take. I'm not 100% sure on the years, but I know for a fact those cars have them. And some of the trucks from that same era, those same years, also run that PCM. And that, to my knowledge, like I said, there could be other PCMs out there that can do the same thing, but I'm not aware of. The one particular PCM that I'm going to be running, which is PCM number 242. That particular PCM does not control the AC the way our cars used to control it. That 242 PCM controls the AC via the data signal and all that good stuff. So we're not gonna get too much into that because that's another whole nother game, whole nother scenario, and I don't want to get you guys all confused. So I wanted to create this video, at least part 1 of this video, to try to clarify things a little bit about the AC controls. And if you run one of these PCMs, it's 411 PCMs, and if you wire it correctly, you can get your AC system to work like factory. So you don't have to worry about much, just make sure you wire it correctly, and it should be okay to run it. You should be pretty good. So I created this, and I'm going to give you all the pinouts and all the wires need to go. There's only 6 wires that need to be wired to the 411 PCM. They are existing wires in our harness, okay, from the Impala harness. So all they have to do is just be rerouted to the new LS PCM, and your AC should work like champ. So let me start by telling you. Let's switch the camera right here. Okay, see if we can get a visual of this connector right here. All right. This little connector, let me get out of there for a minute. See this little connector right here, it's a 3-wire connector. This connector used to go to our high pressure switch in our cars, in our Impalas. Okay, that connector was on the AC lines, on the high pressure AC line. There's a provision for this connector. So like I said, it's a 3-wire connector. You have a red and black connector, a gray connector, and a black connector. Okay, so let me tell you where each one of these wires go. Okay, like I said, we have a red one, a gray one, and a black one. Okay, so for instance, here I am. The gray wire from that connector is going to go to the new PCM to connect your blue 45, and that's going to be our 5-volt reference, okay, for that particular high pressure switch. The red and black wire is going to go to our red number 14 in our new PCM. Our LS PCM is going to go to red 14, and that is our pressure signal, okay, from the high pressure switch, and that's going to be going to red 14. The black wire in that 3-wire connector that I just showed you, it needs to go to blue 60, and that's our ground. Okay, so that is the ground for that particular connector. That's a high pressure switch connector that you're going to be routing it to the new LS 411 PCM. Let me say it again. The gray one goes to blue 45, the red and black goes to red 14, and the black one goes to blue 60. Alright, so those are the 3 wires in that one connector. and that's our high pressure switch. So that pretty much tells our PCM when to engage or disable the AC compressor or the relay for this matter. Alright, so that's pretty much, that covers that. Now there's 3 more wires that we need to run to our PCM to make it work. Alright, so let me show you these 3 wires that I have right here. Okay, switch. There you go. We have a blue wire right here. Okay, that wire is our AC request signal. This wire comes from our low pressure switch, and this is the wire that tells the PCM to pick up the idle, and that to tell the PCM, in other words, that we need AC. Okay, so that blue wire tells the PCM that we need AC. Then we have a solid green wire right here. Okay, and this tells the PCM when exactly the AC clutch it's enabled. Okay, so this tells the PCM that the clutch is in fact active. Okay, and then we have another wire, another green with a little white stripe. Okay, and that is what the PCM uses to control the relay, the AC relay. Okay, so when the PCM seems that the high pressure is within margins, okay, and it already knows that we're requesting AC, it already knows that the compressor is on and off, this is what controls it. This pretty much is, this wire is what goes to the relay and controls it. So let me tell you where these 3 wires go. Okay, so you can do it yourself, you can keep it in mind. Here I am. The blue wire, which is our AC request coming from our low pressure switch, we're gonna run that wire, okay, to our PCM red number 17, and that's our AC request. Okay, the dark green wire, which is our AC clutch status, okay, we're gonna run it to red 18. Okay, and then the green and white wire, which is our AC relay to trigger the relay, that's going to go to red 43. And that's it. Those are the 6 wires that you need to make your AC work, make it happy, make it work content like it was with the LT engine and the original LT harness and whatnot. So like I said again, to my knowledge, and there may be other PCMs out there that I'm not aware of, but to my knowledge, PCM 411, okay, it's the only one that I know that can control your AC just like the old one did. Alright, so there you have it. We'll continue this video in a little bit. Thanks. Hey guys, Jose with you again. Now we're going to talk about the remaining wires that are in our PCM connectors, our stock PCM connectors, the red, black, gray, and blue. Just a handful of wires, not that many of them, probably like 10 wires if that, probably maybe 11. We already talked at the beginning of this video about how to wire your AC system, your AC clutch and relays and all that good stuff. The first part of the video talked about that and where each one of those wires goes. 6 of the wires to run the AC from the stock PCM. So now we're going to talk about the other wires, or signal wires. Some of them going to, or most of them I would say, going to inside the car for our gauges to work and whatnot. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Let's start with the red connector. So let me go ahead and switch the camera. Alright, here we have the red connector, and as you can see here, this camera is not, there it is, a little bit in focus. We have 3 wires remaining in this red connector. We have a blue wire, a red wire, and a white wire. Okay, so let's start with the blue wire, which is the lower number on this connector. The blue wire, okay, the blue wire is on cavity number 10. Okay, so that is our secondary fan control. Okay, this little blue one right here, this is our secondary fan control, and that is going to go, and I'm going to reference this for PCM 411. Okay, because I know a lot of us, or a lot of you, or a lot of people are going to try to run that PCM because of the AC scenario. So let's talk about PCM 411, for instance, for the time being. Okay, so we'll come back. We'll do another video and talk about the other PCM that is common out there as well, which is the 242, which is what I'm going to be using, and I'll give you the pinouts for that in a minute. So this blue wire is going to go to our red connector number 33. Okay, that is our secondary fan control. Okay, right there. That it's our 10 red number 10. It's a blue wire. That's our secondary fan. Is going to go to red 33 on the 411 PCM. The next wire is a green wire. It's a green, dark green wire on position number 11 on the red connector. That's our primary fan relay control to control our relay. This green one right here, and that is going to go to our blue 42 connector on the 411 PCM. Okay, and then finally the third wire right here is the white one. That's on pin number 13. That's our tag signal. Okay, and that's going to go to red 10 on the 411 PCM. That goes to red number 10. Okay, for the new LS PCM. Now let's talk about the black. Here it is. Let's talk about the black connector. Okay, a little bit ago we talked about this blue wire right here, and that is our AC request. If you go back and you scroll back a little bit to the beginning of the video, you're going to find out that we already talked about that one. That's our AC request, and I already told you where that wire goes. Okay, so now there's one more wire left right here on the black connector, and that is in position number 8. That is our VSS output. Okay, it's a green wire with the little white stripe, as you can see right there on the camera. I mean on the screen. That we're gonna wire this to connector red, pin number 50. Okay, so this is going to go into red 50 for our VSS signal out of the 411 PCM. And that pretty much takes care of the black connector. Move on with the gray connector. Okay, there's only one wire here. Okay, on the gray connector, and it's position number 14 on the gray connector. It's a purple wire. That is our brake switch signal coming from inside the car to the PCM to tell the PCM when we apply the brakes and when we release the brake pedal and whatnot. That is pretty much to lock and unlock the torque converter. That we're going to wire it to connector blue 33 on the 411 PCM. So that is only one wire right there left. Then the last one to talk about is the blue connector. Old blue connector right here on our stock harness. There's two wires here. Wire number 7, which is a purple. This little purple here is in position number 7 right now. That's our serial data. This is our communication wire. Okay, we're going to wire this into the blue connector, pin number 58. And this wire is going to be the one that communicates from our OBD2 port, or the OBD port, whether you're using 1 or 2, under dash to the new 411 PCM. So that's the blue wire right there. I mean the purple wire, my bad, on the blue connector. And the last one right here, it's our pin number 9, and it's a dark brown with the white stripe, and that's our MIL, our check engine light. Okay, this is what triggers the check engine light. This is the ground for our check engine light. Okay, and we're gonna wire that to red 46. Okay, we're gonna run this to red 46. One more thing I want to talk to you guys about is a lot of you are actually not going to buy a standalone harness from a retailer from either SpearTech or PSI Conversion, My EFI, and there's a few other companies out there that actually sell pre-made harnesses, engine harnesses, standalone engine harnesses, and those harnesses already have all these wires ready. They give you pretty much a bulk of wires that have all these signals already there for you to connect to. So in that case, you don't have to to trace anything. You don't have to dig into the blue and red connector or the blue and green or anything like that. You just connect to that, and boom, you're ready to go. But there's a lot of us out there that are able to find a harness, a used harness from from an LS car or from an LS truck or something, that it's in pretty good shape, that it has no missing wires or connectors, and sometimes we want to rework them. And the list of wires that we just went through, it's what you need to wire it correctly. If you follow the instructions, like I just told you, you should be able to make the car run and make all your gauges work. Maybe you're going to need a little bit of tuning when it comes down to your tach signal. Perhaps it may need to be boosted up a little bit, maybe not. In my case, on my previous swap, I had to do nothing to the tach signal, nothing to the VSN signal. Everything worked pretty good. The only thing I had to do, it was the speed calibration, because my speedometer was off quite a bit, so I had to go into the PCM and tell it the tire size, the ratio, and the gear size, and all that good stuff to calibrate the speed or the speedometer, and that worked pretty good. I had to do nothing to the tach signal. I just hooked that up, and it works pretty good. Everything's pretty accurate, so that's where we're at. I'm gonna go ahead and continue the videos. Hopefully this is informational for you. Hopefully you like it and you can have a good use out of these videos. Like I said, well, I'm going to continue filming them. I'm going to continue doing the videos, but I'm just waiting on my harness to come in. I don't have the LS harness to start reworking any of that, so I'm going to have to wait for it to come in, and then what I'll do, I'll find another piece of board, I bolt it down, start taking the loom out, and getting it prepped pretty much, and go from there. So until the next time, here we go. All right, enjoy. Thanks.